Today, we're talking about one of the most underrated skills that separates happy people from everyone else.
Life is beautiful.
My mind has convinced me that the world is a horrible place, that I'm fucking useless and terrible, that I'm not on the right track, that our work sucks, that everything we're doing is meaningless, that other people are so much further along, and that there must be something mentally wrong with me if all of this business stuff is taking me this long. That is a verbatim journal entry from my personal journal from July 24th.
Ho Hamar.
Yeah, so woo.
Well, I mean, there is some good in that, is that
Of course, you could find the good, Mr. Positivity.
I mean,
Where's the good in that
the
journal entry?
good is that you started by saying my mind has convinced me,
You're right.
rather than just saying listing all these things as if it was true.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm very grateful to have Mr. Positivity in my corner because when every morning Nick and I have this ritual where we free write in the mornings, and then to help each other get an understanding of where we're both at to prevent fights later on in the day, we share that free write with each other so that we can kind of get inside of each other's minds. And so Nick heard me say this to him out loud on July 24th, the day that I entered it. And he told me I needed to go back and change the story. And so here's the rest of it. But I'm back in the driver's seat now. My thoughts are back in my control. The truth is, you're doing great. You've been putting in the work day after day, and hard work always pays off in the end. You're impacting countless lives every single day and in ways you can't ever fully see. And you're just getting started. The only comparison you should be making is today's you versus yesterday's you, and there's no denying the growth there. There is no ceiling to your growth. You'll just keep growing and growing and growing infinitely. You got this, Mike. Keep going. I'm proud of you.
Now, that's a better story.
That's a better story. Yes. And storytelling is, in our opinion, the most underrated skill that separates happy people from everyone else.
Well, double click it for a second. What is the underlying belief behind this concept of storytelling in order to change your life?
I don't know. What do you think it is?
It's simply this. It's that we hold the pen to the narrative that is our life. We are in control of that narrative more than we think.
Yeah.
And I think that is the underlying belief that we have to have.
Yeah.
Is that we can change the story that we tell ourselves at any point in time, because your life truly follows the story your mind tells about it.
100%. And I think that the important distinction here is that storytelling does not mean lying to yourself.
No,
Right?
it's not toxic
It's the same fact.
positivity.
So like this, I'm describing the same life in both journal entries.
Mhm.
It's like the best analogy is, imagine two directors. Like, let's say you have Martin Scorsese and Christopher Nolan are handed the same script for a
Mhm.
movie. Even though the script, the writing is exactly the same, when those two directors put their spin on it, you're
Yeah.
going to get two totally different movies.
Yeah.
So you're not changing the actual words in the paper and the events in your life. You're just changing the story and the
Yeah.
meaning you're giving.
Well,
that writing.
another example you've given in the past on this podcast was you talked about like this movie scene that was filmed, and
Oh,
then
yeah,
they
yeah.
put two different
Soundtracks.
over it, and
Yeah.
how it made you feel a
Yeah,
completely
like if you
different
put a
way.
horror soundtrack on a
Yeah,
person
so that-
standing in the rain,
Exactly.
or a sad soundtrack versus a
Ex-
happy one, that could give you two.
So
totally
there you go.
different
That
feelings.
analogy to me is a lot better, because you're looking at the exact same scene, but the different music or story that we tell ourselves allows us to experience it completely differently.
Yeah, and the truth is, we are telling stories all day long. For example, just the other day, I posted a video on Instagram and it got 1,000 likes. And there were two different storylines that I could have given that post with 1,000 likes. The first one, which was the immediate gut reaction of my brain, was that it underperformed compared to other videos, that it was a shitty video. And then I realized 1,000 people just gave me 30 seconds of their time, and I was able to plant a positive idea in the minds of 1,000 freaking people.
Yeah.
So boom, that's one. Another one, a friend leaves you on red, right? The first story you could tell is that friend is an asshole that doesn't care about you. The second story you can tell is probably with his kids and he forgot to answer. Or another very common one is it's raining outside. What a crappy day. There's such a shitty energy in the air. I don't feel like doing anything today. Or you could say, wow, this rain really makes me want to get in this productive mood to stay inside and get some of the stuff done that I've been wanting to do for a really long time. It's the perfect excuse to stay inside and either get cozy or get productive. Right? We're telling these stories all day long. And every event in life can go one of two ways. And you get to decide, like you said, which way you're going to take it.
So I see you got some science here. You want to talk about that?
Yeah. So this is how powerful stories are. In 1975, researchers in a small Ohio town asked 660 people over 50 what they believed about getting old. So basically, what story did they have about getting old? And they asked them questions like, do you get less useful as you age or more useful as you age? 20 years later, a Yale researcher named Becca Levi went back and looked at who was still alive. The people who believed good things about aging, basically the ones who had a positive story about aging, outlived the others by 7.5 years. And the effect of that story, they believed, was bigger than not smoking and exercise. So the moral of the story is change your story and you literally change your life.
Yeah. It's really bonkers to think about, right? That we have so much power in our hands, but so many of us give it away, just not realizing that we can change it.
Yep. So the call to action for today is to put on your director's hat as you go through this day and be a master storyteller. So anything that happens today that your mind wants to quote unquote label a bad thing, use your storytelling muscle, and it is a muscle. The more you do it, the more you'll get better at spinning things that in a way that will empower you rather than put you down.
Yeah.
So see if you can spin the quote unquote negative events into empowering stories instead.
I think a really powerful question to ask yourself when you find yourself coming up with a lot of negative storylines is, what else can be true from a positive light here? And it's like you said, you're not getting rid of the negativity. You're just putting another perspective on the table that you can put energy towards.
That will give you energy back.
100%. All right. Well, thanks for hanging out with us. We love you.
Peace.